Hello my dear students, in this lecture we are going to see two numericals from latest GATE examination, that is one from GATE 2021 from set 1 for 2 marks on the break, and next question we will see on clutch. Now here question was asked in GATE 2021 for 2 marks. The question is a short shoe drum. Here short shoe drum is given, means shoe brake is given, right? Now radius 260 mm, here radius is given 260 mm, therefore we can say the radius in meter, radius is equal to 260 mm, which is nothing but 0.26 meter in meters, right? Brake is shown in figure. Here the brake is shown. The force of 1 kilonewton is applied to the lever. Here you can see the force P of 1 kilonewton is applied, therefore this P is equal to 1 kilonewton, right, which is nothing but 1000 mm, 1000 newton, sorry. The coefficient of friction is 0.4. Now my dear students, at this contacting surface the coefficient of friction mu is given 0.4. Then the magnitude of torque applied by the brake drum in Newton meter. Now my dear students, torque applied by the drum in Newton meter we have to find. So let us use all dimensions in Newton and meter. Therefore forces we have to consider in Newton, which is nothing, P will be equal to 1000 Newton. 1 kilonewton means 1000 Newton, right? Now we have to find the braking torque. Here braking torque we have to find, torque braking, right? Now my dear students, braking torque is nothing but a friction force into radius, right? This braking torque will be equal to friction force into radius, and friction force is nothing but mu times normal reaction into radius. Therefore my dear students, here coefficient of friction is given, radius is given, therefore our target is to find normal reaction. Now my dear students, many times we have solved such type of questions, so here in the diagram only I will do the calculations. I will not draw separate diagram because many times such questions we have solved, and in examination also you have to solve quickly such type of questions. So here let's see here how to solve this quickly. Now brake drum is rotating in clockwise direction, therefore on this drum, what I am saying, on this drum my dear students, see this drum is rotating in clockwise direction. To stop this I have to apply anti-clockwise force. Therefore the frictional force here on this drum will be in this direction, towards left, we can say. This will be the frictional force. Definitely because of this frictional force the torque will be created in anti-clockwise direction, and brake is the drum is moving in clockwise direction, so this force will be in anti-clockwise direction, acting, creating torque in anti-clockwise direction on the drum, then only drum will stop, right? Definitely. Therefore this Fr is on drum my dear students, and because of this contacting surface the normal reaction is acting in downward direction on the drum. We can say on this drum the normal reaction will be acting in downward direction like this. This is the normal reaction, right? Now my dear students, this normal reaction and frictional force directions are for this drum. Therefore for this lever the directions will be exactly opposite, because this is how we draw the free body diagram. Whatever may be the direction of friction on the drum will be exactly opposite on this lever. Therefore for this lever the frictional force, for lever I am saying my dear students, frictional force will be towards right, and the normal reaction will be upward. For this lever the normal reaction will be upward, right? So my dear students, let us apply equilibrium equation for the lever. For equilibrium of lever, for equilibrium of lever, can I say, let us see here some points. Let us say here I will say there is a point O, right? The summation of moment, can I say summation of moment about O must be equal to 0, right? And my dear students, now let us concentrate only on the, here let us concentrate only on the lever. Therefore for lever the normal reaction is upward and frictional force is towards right. This will be the frictional force for lever, right? Now my dear students, what is the distance of this frictional force? Can I say this distance, let us say A. Now this A will be 310 minus here 260. Here this distance is 260, that is radius of drum, 260 which is radius of drum. Therefore we can say A is equal to 310 minus 260, right? So let us apply summation of moment about this O must be equal to 0. Now here I will consider clockwise positive moments and anti-clockwise negative moments. So my dear students, about this O, can I say this force P is creating a clockwise moment and it is at distance 1000 mm. Therefore, I can say P into distance is 1000, clockwise is positive, and this N is creating anti-clockwise. Can you imagine here? Therefore, minus N into distance is 500 for N, right? And this frictional force is again creating anti-clockwise. Therefore, minus Fr into distance. Now distance is A. Here distance is A, right? Is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. Therefore, let us put the values. P is 1000 into 1000 minus N into 500 minus Fr is mu N into A will be nothing but 310 minus 260. A will be 310 minus 260, definitely is equal to 0. Now my dear students, in this complete equation only N is unknown because coefficient of friction mu is also given. Therefore, if I solve this, 1000 into 1000 minus 500 N minus mu is 0.4 into this value will be 50 into N will be equal to 0. Therefore, if I solve for N, I will get 1000 into 1000 is equal to this 500 plus this, here this will be the 20, means 500 plus 20, right? Therefore, it is 520 will be equal to 520 N. So my dear students, if I solve for normal reaction, I will get normal reaction is equal to 1923.07 Newton. This will be the normal reaction. So my dear students, let us find frictional torque. Here braking torque will be frictional force into radius, that is mu N into R. So if I solve for this braking torque, let us solve here because everything we have calculated. Now my dear students, braking torque TB will be equal to mu N, that is frictional force, mu N into R. Therefore braking torque will be equal to, they are asking in Newton meter only, so let us put all values in Newton and meter. Coefficient of friction is 0.4 into normal reaction is 1923.07 and radius is 0.26 in meter. Therefore this braking torque I will find is equal to 200 Newton meter. This answer you will find. Therefore already they are asking in Newton meter, so here in this fill in the blanks you have to type only 200 for getting full marks. Now again we will see question from GATE 2020 which was asked in set 1 for 2 marks, and this question is based on the plate clutch. Now let us observe this here, or a disc clutch. Let us say question, in a disc type axial clutch, the frictional contact takes place within a annular region with outer and inner diameter 250 mm and 50 mm. Now my dear students, outer diameter means DO is given 250 mm. Therefore outer radius we can say is equal to 125 mm, definitely, and inner diameter DI is given 50 mm. Therefore inner radius Ri we can say 25 mm, definitely, right? These values are given respectively, and axial force F1 is needed to transmit a torque by new clutch. Now here axial force F1 is required for new clutch, and new clutch means uniform pressure theory. Now again, however, to transmit the same torque, here same torque we are transmitting, one needs an axial force of F2 when the clutch wears out. Now my dear students, to transmit same torque we need F2 force when the clutch is wear out. Now after wearing out, the clutch becomes old and we have to use uniform wear theory. Means in first condition there is a uniform pressure theory, second condition there is a uniform wear theory. Now if contact pressure remains uniform during operation of new clutch, here they have mentioned also in question, contact pressure remains uniform means uniform pressure theory during new clutch means during F1 force, while the wear is assumed to be uniform for the old clutch, means for wear out clutch wear remains uniform. Here in the question only they have specified this, but there is no need of specifying this because we know that for new clutch we are using uniform pressure theory, and for wear out, that is old clutch, we are using uniform wear theory, right? And for new clutch uniform pressure theory, right? And the coefficient of friction does not change. Here coefficient of friction is also constant. Then the ratio F1 divided by F2 is round off to the 2 decimal places. Now my dear students, this F1 is for uniform pressure theory, force required for uniform pressure theory, right? and this F2 is nothing but force required for uniform wear theory. Uniform wear theory, right? And they are asking what is the ratio of this F1 by F2 if torque required to be transferred is same, that is torque to be constant. And my dear students, we know that how to find this torque. Torque is nothing but here mu F, mean radius of friction, Rm. Torque is mu F, mean radius of friction, right? And here they are saying that the torque is constant. Mu is also constant. Mu is also constant, my dear students, right? They have mentioned somewhere here coefficient of friction does not change. Means torque is constant, mu is constant. Therefore, we can say whenever F increases, the mean radius of friction decreases. Therefore, relation between them, F is inversely proportional to mean radius of friction. Definitely, we can say. Therefore, if I want to write F1 divided by F2, this ratio, if I want to find, then I have to calculate mean radius of friction in second case divided by mean radius of friction in first case. This ratio we have to find. So let us simplify this. Now, once we understood the concept, here we will solve this question. Now, my dear students, in first case, the clutch is new, therefore we are using uniform pressure theory. That is RM1 is nothing but as per uniform wear theory, and RM2 is as per uniform pressure. Sorry, RM1 is as per uniform pressure theory. Make a correction. RM1 is uniform pressure theory. RM2 is mean radius of friction. 2 is uniform wear theory. Therefore, my dear students, we can write F1 divided by F2 is equal to RM2. RM2 is nothing but as per uniform wear theory. As per uniform wear theory, the mean radius of friction is outer radius plus inside radius divided by 2. This is RM2 whole divided by. Now, as per uniform pressure theory, RM1 will be there, and as per uniform pressure theory, the mean radius of friction is 2/3. Here, RO cube minus RI cube divided by RO square minus RI square. This is the mean radius of friction as per uniform wear theory, pressure theory. Therefore, let us find this F1 divided by F2 is equal to RO is 125 plus Ri is 25. Definitely, they are given divided by 2. Whole divided by. Now 2/3 RO is 125 cube minus Ri is 25 cube divided by RO is 125 square minus Ri is 25 square. Now, my dear students, everything is written here. Now you have to just simplify this and find the ratio. And if I try to simplify this, I am getting the answer. Here I am writing this answer. I got the answer of F1 divided by F2, which is equal to 75 divided by 86.11, which is nothing but 0.87. This answer I will get. Therefore, my dear students, here in this fill in the blanks, you have to round off up to 2 decimal places, means you have to write 0.87 for getting full mark. Thank you, dear students. In next lecture, we will start new topic.